Hi, y'all. Hope you slept well last night and have a good day today. Um, I woke up to a lot of, not a lot, but some pretty hard comments, and that's fine. Just want to say, there's a lot of controversy right now on YouTube. People are attacking other people for having their own opinions, and, you know, the truth of the matter is we're all different, and being different's okay. Having a different opinion isn't a bad thing. We're allowed to have different opinions, and I think that it keeps the discussion open so that, hey, so that we can discuss all the differences. Hey, y'all. Summer's disappearance has sparked a lot of emotions. One thing that's true about YouTube, no matter how many different opinions there are and what people think, we all have one common goal, and that's for summer to be found and the people that's involved in it to get justice for summer. I know a lot of people are saying that YouTube's created a lot of problems for the investigation, and there's probably some truth to that. But I feel like, in my opinion, and y'all don't have to agree with me, it's okay, but YouTube has kept Summer's name out there. And I think that it's kind of put pressure on the law enforcement. We haven't let this go cold. We haven't let her name be forgotten. There's got to be something to be said about that, right? I mean, this little girl, she deserves to be found. And I haven't made one penny, not one penny off of Summer's name. Not one penny. Everything that I have done, I've done out of my own pocket. I haven't asked anybody for anything. And I know that that's not the case for a lot of people. I mean, I'm just a little channel, not I just started this, y'all know, just because I wanted to be able to, you know, talk about summer and hear everyone's opinions and everything. Grandus changes this up. We knew that it would happen if she ever spoke out. And it's definitely, yeah, exactly. I agree with you, Brenda. I mean, Dawn and Candace have really stirred the pot on YouTube and created a lot of the drama that's been on here. I agree with that. Yeah, Grandis did. She changed it. Last night my adrenaline was through the roof. I wasn't prepared to come on, and it was all disorganized, but I just wanted to get that out. And I'm feeling hope that we might get to the bottom of it. Yeah, scripted, very scripted, Debbie. uh, I feel like there's like some momentum going. I'm hoping that, her coming out is sparking a lot of, a lot more talk and discussion, because it does change up some of the theories out there. Yeah, I know, me too. I didn't go to sleep very good last night. But you know what, like I was going over Grandus's interview again. And I noticed, because I was like thinking, what kind of medicine did she get? Did she put it in the drink? Did Summer drink that? But she actually said that it was like a medicine for, you know, the swelling around her knee. So maybe prednisone or something like that, maybe. Yeah, I thought that in the interview that she looked like she was really trying to remember what she was supposed to say. I agree. I mean, it looked like she was really having to concentrate. But she says, you know, Summer went swimming that day. The horse stables, I believe it was. She didn't say she went with them. Then we came back. She went in her camper after they brought the groceries in. The boys helped her with the groceries, and Summer, of course. And she said she laid down, she went to sleep, she got up, she was sitting in the doorway. That's funny. Um, so, and then she said they come out, and I have some questions about some of this stuff. Candace asked, "What are you doing?" She said, "We got to transplant these cactuses." And of course, that's the original script, right? She said, "We did that." Summer came in and had a piece of peppermint candy. She said, then she wanted to go in and play with the boys. Candace asked the boys to watch Summer, and she said that was the last time she saw her. She said we couldn't find her. Candace was hysterical, sent the boys down hoping that no one would take them too. And she did say she didn't believe that she wandered off, that she thought somebody took her. So like this leaves me with so many questions. And I know it does y'all too. So like if I was the news station, I would have asked some additional questions because I would have prodded that a little bit. You know, did you go swimming as well? What kind of groceries did y'all buy that you need 4 kids to help you bring it into your camper? I mean, because I heard that Candace said cheese and milk, and they were only in there 5 minutes. So, you know, 4 kids helping bring groceries in, that would be a lot of groceries, I would think. And a question I would have wanted to know is how long did she sleep? How long did she sleep? I want to know that because that makes a difference. And if she came home and slept after the swimming hole and all that, what was Candace and Summer and the boys doing while she was sleeping? Right, I agree with you, Fairy Dust. She wouldn't. I don't I know there's a lot of controversy about the footsteps, and I'm on the fence about that. I just don't know what to think about it. So I'm just waiting. I just, yeah, I don't know. I questioned last night, Cynthia, whether maybe Dawn had tried to obtain a lawyer for the both of them, and maybe she didn't know. I'm not sure, but Lawson did say that he hasn't been talking to Dawn while he was in jail, that he hasn't been asked about Summer's disappearance. So I don't know. The whole thing stinks, really. Yeah, and the thing about the lie detector, um, in my opinion, is well, they both tested positive what for methamphetamines, we heard, We heard, yes, on Jamie's channel, she did say she had a lawyer. That is true. So they're on methamphetamines. They obviously had alcohol in their system and marijuana. So we know that drugs alter a lie detector test. And so I don't even know how they, like anybody can say that that's credible, because if if you're taking something that's going to alter your results, it's inadmissible anyways. It's inconclusive. So I can't I can't get behind the fact that they passed a lie detector test. I mean, I just can't get behind that. So to me, that's out the window. That's not even on the table for me. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why any lies are being told. I mean, if my child came up missing, I would be like, this is what happened. Now go find her. You know what I mean? It, yeah, exactly. Um, but she's like, so what was Candace and the boys and Summer doing while, if everything happened right at the house, what were they doing while Grandis was sleeping? And then she says, and then they come out. I want to know who came out. Who was they? Oh, you heard that, Debbie? They wouldn't let the TBI and FBI? Huh. Well, that's interesting. I didn't hear that. Huh, that makes you wonder, doesn't it? Everything about this makes you wonder. It's like, what the heck is going on here? Yeah, I know. It's like a good old boy system over there. You know, where I live, there we had the sheriff, that was like Ronnie, just in for so long. And I live in a smaller town than over there, to be honest with you. And it's like it was the good old boy system. You know, you scratch my back, I scratch yours. I mean, that literally was going on until not maybe 10 years ago. Yeah, I mean, kind of. Yeah. Yeah, I think the FBI has actually taken over this case. I heard that a little while back, but I think that Hawkins County is like assisting them now. So I think the FBI, well, I heard the FBI, sorry, I meant the TBI, but I heard the FBI is there right now, if it's true. Um, and then when did Hunter come into the picture? You know, when did he come into the picture? Because supposedly Candace went and picked him up before picking Grandus up. So is that true? You know, when did he come into the picture? He's there. I do believe he was there. But I wonder, did did she have Hunter when she went and picked her up from the hospital? Then Grandis's account is she went to the Walgreens and they waited for the prescription. Yeah, the black sunglasses. uh, um, so they waited for the prescription, which is completely different than what Candace says, because she says we dropped it off and then we went to the swimming hole, and that's why they went there, is to wait on the medicine. But Grandis clearly says that she they waited right there and got the medicine. So I'm like wondering, okay, is Hunter in the truck? And did they bring grandma back to her camper to nap? Because I'm not sure she went to the swimming hole, because it didn't sound like Grandis was 100% sure where she went swimming. I know, everything's so confusing. Yeah, I thought Lawson looked extremely aggravated. I don't I haven't heard that Grandis had a polygraph. I would think that would be a good thing to do right now. So if she brought Grandis home and then went to the swimming hole, I don't know. See, there's just now it's like a really gray area. Like I don't have this all. I haven't had enough time to think on this. I mean, I would have also asked her, okay, did Candace take her home before Summer went swimming? I would have asked Grandis that. I would have asked her, what about Summer? Was she sleeping or was she awake when she got home? I think that they should have asked her a lot more questions. I mean, this was the opportunity to cover all the questions that we all have had for so long. I even think the news station's a little frustrated. Was he at the funeral home? Was who at the funeral home? I missed something on my way out. We all are. um, okay, then I would have asked her, well, what do you think about Dawn and Candace's story changing up over the last almost 9 months? And I thought this was very interesting because we know Chris Madonna says that they listen to all these broadcasts and they tweak whatever their, story is. Oh, I saw that on my way. I saw that hearse behind him. That was weird, right? That caught my attention too. They were actually at the Solomon's Temple that is down at the end of Beach Creek, where they had set up Summer's little memorial thing by the bench. She thinks they went swimming. So, like, if she was there, she would know that she was swimming and where they were. She wouldn't have to say, I think they went there. I think Summer went swimming. Right, Joe? Yeah, I know. And then, okay, so what I was talking about with Chris Madonna, just adding those details over the over the course of the almost 9 months, she says she she came in and got a piece of candy, peppermint candy. Oh, I don't think that they would have if they found a body, would they have a hearse pick her up? I really don't think that they would have caught that on camera. That's just my opinion. You know what I mean? I don't think that they would have let that be on camera. Yeah, she looked like she was trying to keep to the script. Hey, Grandma Brooke. Yeah, it would be a middle. Yeah, because when my mom died a couple years ago, they picked her up in a van. It wasn't a hearse, but anyways. So, but she says, oh, peppermint candy was her favorite. So that's like an added detail that we haven't known because we were like, well, what kind of candy? You know, what's her favorite candy? And Dawn and Candace couldn't answer that. They can't really answer like a whole lot about Summer to me, not for being their parents. Like, I've said before, it's like she twirled, she liked dirt, she liked running, and was her favorite. Oh, I'm gonna have to go back and listen to that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to listen to that again because I didn't even catch that. Um, yeah, past tense. Some people are saying that she was hidden in that church, the old church. Huh. Oh, maybe they would send a hearse, but I just don't think that they would let that be on the news channel. Uh, You know what I mean? I think that would be a bad mess up on their part. Yeah, Brenda, do we believe that the cops brought Candace a bottle that night? I mean, who believes that? Yeah, that's, I don't know. There's nothing about this makes sense to me. And I would have asked her, what do you want to happen to the person who took Summer? What do you want to happen to them? Yeah, I'm sure she did too. Well, she's still drinking. Oh, I wish we knew what the police knew. Yeah, I saw an interview with her where she was saying that she was an hour and a half away from home in that hotel. I don't know why she was there. Chris Medina thought maybe, uh, she was having some kind of a visitation with the boys. I mean, the boys are not in that area. They're about an hour and a half away, I heard a while back. So maybe she was there visiting is a guess. Could have been a hint that they found something. It is a high profile case for sure. I think it's a lot bigger than Dawn and Candace ever thought that it would get. Yeah, exactly. Whoever's involved should be the key locked and thrown away. Yeah, there was a kid in that video. Yeah, yeah, I heard that they yesterday that they were going to be searching again today. I called the police department last night, trying to find out if they were for sure going to be searching to not today. And he said that they had been searching pretty much every day, but he wasn't 100% sure about today. But I heard that somewhere. Alaska Bush mom, yes, I think Dawn lawyered up because of uh, not just the jail thing, but all the accusations or the charges that have been filed on him about Jeannie and the seven other people. Yeah, I know I've had my share of nightmares. I hope they are too. Oh, you heard that Candace went to the motel because she didn't have electricity and she was to see the boys. Thank you. Did you just donate $5 to me? I didn't know I could do that. That's my first $5, I think. Thank you. Why would she not have electricity? Because I mean, she's getting all that money. Exactly. That's what I was fixing to say. Yeah. So why? Yeah, that's another point that I was going to make. Thank you. Um, Savannah's True Crime Finding Answers. um, if I said that right. Um, I never thought that that sounded like Grandis, and especially after hearing her on the news last night, to me, it sounds like a boy. To me, it sounds like maybe Hunter. Oh, Savannah. Oh, I got you. Sorry. Hi, Savannah. Um, you know what I mean? Oh my goodness. Yeah, I noticed that solar panels were on the roof. Those are not cheap, you know? I don't think they had an ice storm. I get the same kind of weather they do. Um, and we didn't have ice storms. Anytime it's rained or snowed over there, we've got the same thing. I always watch for the weather that way coming to where I am. Yeah, tin roof with the solar panels. I know. Hmm. I'll probably go back on the weather and look that up and see. Yeah. Ugh. You know, if I knew they were innocent, I would be like 100%, hey, let's help these people out. Hey, Lisa. Oh, you did? Yeah. I know. You know, if like I said, if I knew they were innocent, it would be a whole different, but there's too many unanswered questions. There's too many inconsistencies and not enough information. Oh, have you? Yeah, that was a sad case too, Gabby. Poor little Gabby. She was really a beautiful little soul, wasn't she? Just like, yeah. Alaska Bush Mama, are you the one that told me that you were native and that lived in Alaska? Uh-huh. Yes. Hey, that's someplace I've always wanted to go is Alaska. Bucket list. Oh, wow, that's pretty warm. My husband is Native American. I'm Irish. You're 6 hours. I'm about, depending on where I go over there, it takes me like, 3.5, 4 hours to go over to Kingsport area. Oh, hey, don't tempt me, Alaska Bush Mom. Wisconsin. Wow, we're all over the place, aren't we? Eastern Band of Cherokee Indians. Oh, Lord. I'm not, Lisa, not ruling out the fact that England, hey, I'm not ruling out the fact that someone could have taken her, but it's not a stranger, in my opinion. Hey, Alaska Bush Mom, I love remote areas. If I go camping or something, I'm like out in the middle of nowhere, no service, nothing. So I'm good with that. Fishing, all that stuff. Are you? You're Cherokee too? Oh, that's cool. But I'm not saying that it's not possible someone took her. There are some creeps in that area. I mean, my husband's 98% Cherokee. That would be the best case scenario to me if someone knew she was being abused and took her to keep her safe. That would be ideal. I would like nothing more. And trust me, I do not want the parents or anyone to be involved. I don't want that. That would make me sick. I don't think anybody wants them to be guilty of anything. Yeah, they all kind of seem to lie. And that whole area, I'm telling you, it's so corrupt. It honestly, there's been murders. There's what did he say about Cherokee Indians? That's I didn't listen. I couldn't listen to him. He makes me mad. Tim Mullen. He makes me mad. I don't know why he's trying to control them so much. There are people that just lie in life. Um, my kid's biological father, I've shared my story. I don't know if y'all have seen it, but he was extremely abusive. And I got away from him, and um, I, I was pregnant with my third child, and I got him to give up his parental rights, but he would lie about anything. I mean, for no reason. I mean, just lie. And I never understood that. I just don't get it. It's like, I don't know. So there are people that just lie. Yeah, I hate the trafficking thought, but there's a lot of SOs over there. There are a lot of people that have been arrested for child pornography and horrible things like that. Got people whose family members are missing that live in that area from another state. Lots of violence, lots of drug dealers, lots of drugs. And, could one of those people have gone up there and taken Summer? I mean, it's possible, but it's somebody that's been there a lot, somebody that's familiar enough to feel comfortable enough to go do that. It's not going to be a stranger. You know what I mean? Yeah, I know Cam and Allie's got a good heart. I think that they are trying to cover everything, and I think they really want to believe in Dawn and Candace, and God forbid if they know anything, I think that's going to tear them up. Yeah, he is a weird guy. You are right. Yeah, see that I mentioned that last night, like Tim Mullen just like kind of hovering over them, and um, lots of pictures. Um, him, yeah, just hovers right over her. He has an awful lot of control over them for some reason. I mean, just to be some stranger that just popped into the picture. I mean, he didn't know him before, evidently, apparently, according to him. Yeah, I agree with you. Cam and Allie, I don't think are bad people at all. I think that their intentions are good. I think that they have been used a little bit by Dawn and Candace. I heard that Dawn didn't like them, and does anybody know where is Tim Mullen from that area? I don't know. He just, yeah, the Sherfies are, yeah. And I tell you, I don't really feel all that good about Andy and Jody Sue either, in my opinion. Exactly. And then Jody Sue's been going on for almost 9 months, um, rambling now, but no, I almost think that Tim comes from somewhere else, but I mean, I don't have anything to prove that. I may have to look into him a little bit. Let me jot a little note, which I have already been thinking about him a lot, but when I heard he had a YouTube and I went and checked that out, I don't know. I thought that was kind of bold for well, JLR and all of them. They're kind of bold people anyway. I mean, just different personalities, I guess, because yeah, who's playing all these people? Yes. Like we know that there's I'll go back to let me just go on and finish my thought. So like I would never in a million years feel comfortable to go to someone's house and holler at them or I just that's not me. I'm just I don't know. That to me, yes. Okay, now to the light thing. Yes. Where was the comment? And who's playing all these people? Okay, Lisa. Uh, yes, and in that area, the lights are quite big, and you did like what the boots on the ground did, but I didn't feel like. How did you feel about them costing him his job? Because I mean, we haven't. I mean, in all honesty, we Jim Mullen is a crisis actor from Texas. What? What? Oh my gosh. Well, that just made it a little bit more interesting, Karen. Oh my god. I didn't agree with the way that they handled it. Like, I don't. They're not proven guilty yet, so I am uncomfortable with them going to his job and costing him his job, regardless of the crappy things he's done in his life. I mean, and it's been a whole lifelong, but you know, they that just creates more issues, and I just don't think that was the right thing to do. Yeah, yeah, I've been asked that about unemployment. I don't know. I mean, I think he went on to work with a different company. Um, but you know, like if you've got people going to job sites and making a big ruckus and causing like all this bad publicity to your job, to your business, I would think that would be grounds. I mean, if I was the business owner and these people were coming and making like doing all of this on job sites, I think that would be bad for business. Yeah, I heard something about people getting paid, Tim. I just don't know about that enough to even speak on that one way or another. I think the whole NDA thing's weird. Poses as a drywaller. Oh Lord, that's not the family business. Yeah, yeah, that's heavy right there. I just think that, like, I do believe in innocent until proven guilty, but the reason that people have been all over them is their behaviors and their inconsistencies and being drunk and high online, and they have created the question in everybody's mind. Yeah, 423 was too. Yep. And yes, they were paying child support, so, like, it wasn't right, and then, I think so too. I think he definitely was doing a little dealing. It wouldn't be the first time for Don. I mean, he admitted himself that he used to run drugs from Mexico. Yeah, well, Jose was left, behind by Andrew, but, I heard that Jose had charges up there, and he might have been running from that, and that may be why he stayed in Tennessee. And if he hooked up with Allie, Allie was staying there, with Candace and her kids. So it would make sense, kind of, sort of. I mean, I wouldn't let him stay at my house. I wouldn't let any of the people that they let go over to their house come to my house and be around my family. That, Savannah, that's a very good point. Is, people have been arrested and held in jail for less than what these two have. You know, Candace, this is, Hunter's not the first young boy that she was accused of, um, allegedly, allegedly having something to do with. I mean, that was part of her falling out with Crystal. Crystal got mad about her son. He's the one that Candace was allowing to drink up there at her house, and the police ended up getting called, and so they could get their son back. Yeah, I actually have pictures of Sherfy's girlfriend, and the mother. Crystal is the one who had a baby with Britt. Okay, Alaska Mom, I will. I'll have to do it after this because, as we all know, after last night, I stink at this. Oh, I am not techie. Lisa, Lisa K. Lisa. Yeah, the Brits are very strange. My gosh, their record is long. Um, Lots of violence, cocaine, heroin charges, um, resisting arrest. One of them was even, I'm not going to quote this correctly, but um, something to do with violence with the attempt or suggestion of murder. I don't know. I'm going to look into that, Lisa. I'm not 100% sure if I know who that is. I may. Oh, really? Oh, really? She claims to know the Wells. I mean, the Blyes. There is. And I think that's part of the problem is so many different things could have happened. Just all the I don't want to say colorful people, but all the shadiness that surrounds where they live, it could be any direction. It could be anything could have happened. Oh, do you know what channel that was, Savannah? Oh, oh, okay. Hmm. Well, I'm curious now. I'm gonna have to go check into that. But oh, okay. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'll go. Who thought you were that Lisa? Oh gosh. Well, does Grandus's account of that day change any of y'all's opinions, or does it just make you question more like it does me? It just makes me have so many more questions. It's just so confusing. Yeah, exactly. um, yeah, I have a lot more questions. I have a lot more questions. I think, who was it that said that Grandis ought to be pulled in for a lie detector test? I think that's a very good idea. Okay, okay, mammal. I started listening to Manimal. I like him. I like his voice, but but sometimes he talks about gaming, and that's just not my cup of tea. I don't know anything about it. Yeah, she should be. And she says that the TBI always knows where she is. If she leaves, they've got her phone number. I don't know why they haven't pulled her in before now. I would have pulled her in a long time ago. I think I would have pulled them all in and just like question them till something. I don't know. Well, listen, I got some things to do. um, yes, Chris, McDonough, and Steve. Yes, I wish they would look at that interview. To me, she just looks like she was concentrating awfully hard. I mean, she had to make sure that those other details were put in there. I mean, is it possible that Candace dropped her off after getting her medicine and she went to sleep and she wasn't around for any of that? I'm glad you were here too. Yeah, she didn't seem to really have some solid answers. Maybe she doesn't even, maybe legitimately, she doesn't even know anything. I mean, I bet she does now. Yeah, she was taking care of her brother. I heard her aunt, but I heard her brother because that was when he was getting out of that institution, which is another one that should never be on the streets. I did a background check on Grandis and I couldn't find anything. That's not to say that she doesn't somewhere, but yeah, you know, Hunter's story, I think he added a lot of stuff in that he heard over the internet when by the time Chris Madonna got to him that he heard off of the internet. I think some of it's true. I think some of everything everyone is saying is somewhat true, but none of it's the exact truth. Yeah, I think that that's a real possibility that Grandis was taken home before any of the other things happened that day. And I really just her saying that they stayed right there at the Walgreens and waited for the prescription is troubling. So many different stories. You got that right. Yeah, her, I tell you, I think I can look up that. I can look up aliases. Dawn and Candace have a goad alias. Both of them have one listed on theirs. Yeah, I think that Grandis didn't leave immediately. So, I mean, that kind of takes off the table, people saying, well, what if Grandis took her to Wisconsin? I mean, I don't think that happened. I think she, I think it was didn't she leave after the boys got taken? I know Hatfields and the Coats. Oh, Lord, you can't even make this stuff up. You just can't. But, like pedophiles are vile. They're vile. And, just I think that if you get caught and you are a registered sex offender, that you should be, I've said this before, branded in some way. Like, I mean, it is possible somebody took her off the property, but it's not a stranger. There's just no way. It's somebody they know. It's somebody that they've had dealings with. But, I think that, I did do a story about sex trafficking, and they literally do tattoo things on these little girls and boys and young women and young men that get taken. And why can't we do that for them so that the public knows? Like a public shame, if you will. You know what I mean? At least that way, when you're walking down the street, you can see, oh, yeah, I know what you have done. Stay away from my kids. You know what I mean? I mean, what would be wrong with that? I mean, at the very least, that's what they could do. Yes, a big P on the forehead. Exactly. Because when they just let them back out and we know that they don't change and they don't change their behavior and those thoughts are always in their head, our children aren't protected. We don't know who they are. Exactly. On the wrist, on the hand, anywhere. I don't care where. I just want, you know, on the side of the neck. uh, just somewhere that, yeah, Grandis did take Jose to North Carolina. Hmm. But don't you think that that would be like fair for the rest of us who don't live like that and don't want that around our children and grandchildren. I don't think that's too much to ask. I wonder if that could actually be done. There's so many in that area. When you look up the registry map, and there are just like dots everywhere. They're all. They're, oh, really? Panda eyes. You know, that bothers me too. I mean, oh, well, that's not cruel and unusual punishment to me. By golly, you hurt a child and you do those sick things, you really lose your rights, in my opinion. You lose your rights. You shouldn't have rights. Oh, yuck. Jose stayed with Grandus in the camper? Or, yes. Oh, oh, Candace? Candace stayed with Jose in the camper? Yeah, I've watched some really, when I did that story about the people that got busted in um, Vermont, I was really disturbed. It was very, very alarming that this is going on and happening to our children. We could take them all and just drop them off on an island all to themselves, never to get off, and just let them fend for themselves. But they shouldn't be around children. You know what makes me think, and I got in a lot of trouble for this, but I used to work for a Christian rehabilitation center, and we had a couple of pedophiles come through there, and you're not allowed to talk about anything pertaining to their past issues or whatever you want to call it. They had been to jail, and being a Christian rehabilitation center, of course, we attended churches and different churches all over, and we started going to this, taking all the students to this one church on a fairly regular basis. And this one that I knew had that issues, and he started getting involved with the youth, and the youth pastor started letting him interact with the children. And I was like, wait a minute, this is not good. I know I'm not allowed to say anything or not, legally, uh, but I had a moral right. And I mean, I had a moral obligation, and that's what I did. I got in a lot of trouble, but I protected children in the process, in my opinion, because this guy had offended against, oh my gosh, how many was it? Like 30, 40 kids. Like this was going to happen again. And this was not an old man. He was like in his 30s. And I was like, I can't live with myself if I don't say anything, even if I'm breaking the law and telling something that I am not supposed to. So I did. Yeah, the missing children's got me messed up. Got me messed up. I never even got into true crime or anything. Just I got Summer's Amber Alert, and I just started following it, um, and here I am, probably like most of us. Yeah, it was really hard. I had to make that decision to tell, and I told the church, and I, did all the things that I felt like I had to do. The milk jugs bother me. I heard Chris Madonna's got some people in, I don't know, FBI something, that is going to have a closer look at that picture. I know that it was ruled out and said that um, if somebody messed with someone in my kids, my grandkids, even if somebody messed with somebody else's kids in front of me, buddy, you're gonna have a bad day. I will y'all, they would have a really bad day. Yeah. Mm. I didn't have a choice but to do that. In my mind, I just screw HIPAA. HIPAA's not more important than the safety of those children that were in that church or anyone that he was around. You know. Well, listen, I got some errands to do. I got to go do a few things before it gets dark and it's not too far off. So, um, hey, I appreciate y'all coming on and talking with me. And I still have a lot more questions than I do answers. Yes, I think that we all, as a society, like the ones that don't partake in that nastiness, that we have an obligation to like help watch other people's children. You know what I mean? Not like in a creepy way like these pervs, but just just keep an eye if you see something that doesn't look right, speak up, you know. Um, I think we owe that to the children in the world. And prayers for Summer, our little Summer. She's our Summer. Everyone's Summer. Well, listen, okay, I'm going to get off here. I will talk to y'all again soon. Thank you for your time. I appreciate y'all a whole lot, a whole lot. Uh, yes. Yeah. Thanks, y'all. I appreciate you so much. I'll be back on. I actually have like kind of an inside story on something that's happening in the Ukraine that I want to share with y'all. I'm not going to reveal where I heard this from or the source, but it's definitely something that's got to be talked about. So I'm going to be working on that and try to get that up here today or tomorrow. So y'all have a great day. Much love.